What if I told you that one of the simplest, most effective strategies for success only takes 5 hours a week? It sounds almost too good to be true, right? But here's the kicker. This is a secret strategy that has fueled some of the most successful people on the planet, like Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and even Benjamin Franklin. It's called the 5-hour rule, and it's the daily practice of dedicating time to learning, reflection, and experimentation. Think about it. What if you could unlock the same growth habits that top performers use, without burning yourself out or working crazy hours? Imagine investing just 1 hour a day in reading, reflecting, and testing out new ideas. What would that do for your personal development and professional growth? You don't need to be a billionaire to harness this strategy. You just need to start now. The best part? This approach doesn't just apply to entrepreneurs or CEOs, it works for anyone who's committed to learning and growing. In today's video, we're diving deep into the 5-hour rule and how you can use it to completely transform your approach to success. We'll explore how reading, reflection, and experimentation are the keys to continuous improvement, and how time management can help you build a solid foundation for long-term growth. If you're ready to unlock your full potential, keep watching. You'll soon see why this simple strategy is a game changer for anyone serious about success. The 5-hour rule, a game-changing strategy. When you think of highly successful people like Bill Gates or Warren Buffett, what's their secret sauce? It's the 5-hour rule, simple yet powerful. Dedicating just 1 hour a day to learning doesn't sound like much, but it can skyrocket your personal development. This strategy isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter, carving out time for reading, reflection, and experimentation. 3 pillars that can unlock transformative growth. Imagine if you could invest just 5 hours a week in your future. That's the time these leaders set aside to read, reflect on new knowledge, and experiment with new ideas. It's no coincidence that reading fuels their success habits. Whether it's a biography or an academic journal, each book adds layers of insight that contribute to professional growth. By building this learning routine, they're investing in themselves daily, and so should you. But it's not just about reading, right? The 5-hour rule also emphasizes reflection and experimentation. It's about absorbing new knowledge and then actively applying it to the real world. You might read a book on personal development, but the true transformation comes when you start reflecting on how those ideas can shape your next big move. And once you experiment with those concepts, that's when real growth begins. The origins of the rule. Benjamin Franklin is a name most people know, but few realize how much of his wisdom still resonates today. He was an early adopter of the 5-hour rule, dedicating time each day to self-improvement. Franklin's secret wasn't just in learning, it was in applying what he learned through consistent reading, reflection, and experimentation. He was ahead of his time, and his commitment to personal development laid the foundation for many of the habits we now admire in today's successful individuals. You might wonder, how did Franklin find time for all of this? The answer lies in his time management skills. Just as we carve out time for work or family, he intentionally created space for growth. If someone like Franklin could juggle science, politics, and philosophy while still learning daily, so can you. The key is understanding that personal development is not a luxury, it's an investment in your future. And here's the kicker. Franklin didn't just read for the sake of it. He read for practical application. His reflection wasn't passive, it was a key to solving real-world problems. So whether you're reading about time management or the latest trends in your field, remember that the goal is to reflect deeply and experiment with what you've learned. It's this combination of learning and doing that made Franklin's daily habit so powerful, and it can do the same for you. Why time management matters. The reason the 5-hour rule works is that it's not about squeezing in extra hours, it's about managing the time you already have. Successful people know this, which is why they protect their learning time like it's a sacred ritual. Imagine if you prioritized reading, reflection, and experimentation over mindless scrolling or checking emails. You could use that time to sharpen your skills, boost creativity, and grow both personally and professionally. Warren Buffett, for instance, is known for spending a large portion of his day reading. He's not just busy, he's deliberate with his time. His ability to manage his schedule to include time for learning is one of the reasons he's so successful. Time management doesn't have to be rigid. It's about carving out blocks of uninterrupted time to focus on what really matters: continuous improvement. Whether you're reading, reflecting, or experimenting, this time is an investment that pays off. Effective time management isn't just about efficiency, it's about alignment. When your daily routine includes intentional learning, you're setting yourself up for long-term success. It's no surprise that top achievers like Bill Gates have a well-crafted learning routine. By managing your time wisely and investing in learning, you'll position yourself for professional growth and ultimately, success. Learning from the best. What do Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates have in common? They all prioritize learning in their daily routines. While most people struggle to find time for personal development, these high achievers make it a non-negotiable part of their schedule. It's not about being too busy, it's about being intentional with how you spend your time. By setting aside regular slots for reading and reflection, they ensure they're always growing, even amidst their packed agendas. It's not just about reading for them, it's about building a learning routine that aligns with their goals. For example, Buffett spends about 5 to 6 hours a day reading. And no, it's not just about novels or entertainment. He focuses on learning about businesses, markets, and people. You can do the same. Pick a book that teaches you something valuable for your career or personal life, and dedicate a portion of your day to reading it. Just as Buffett does, it's about making time for continuous improvement and turning learning into a habit. What's fascinating is how these top performers use time blocking to make sure learning doesn't get lost in the chaos of their daily lives. They set aside specific time slots to read, reflect, and experiment. This disciplined approach to learning ensures they stay ahead of the curve, even when the world is moving at full speed. You can adopt this method too. By allocating specific blocks in your schedule to learning, you'll be giving yourself the gift of growth, no matter how busy life gets. Reading as the first pillar. The first pillar of the 5-hour rule is reading, and it's no surprise why. Reading is the gateway to knowledge, offering endless opportunities for personal and professional growth. When successful people like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett talk about their habits, reading is always at the top of the list. It's more than just flipping through pages. It's about absorbing new ideas, expanding your perspective, and challenging the way you think. Now, if you're thinking, I don't have time to read, let's rethink that. High achievers don't read because they have extra time. They make time for it because they know how valuable it is. You can start small, maybe 15 to 20 minutes a day, and gradually increase it. Try reading books that challenge you. For instance, The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, Buffett's favorite, will not only teach you about investing, but will make you rethink your approach to money and risk. The beauty of reading is that it doesn't have to be confined to just business or self-help books. Fiction, biographies, history, these genres broaden your horizons, foster creativity, and improve your ability to think critically. As you dive into a new book each week, you'll find that your learning routine becomes second nature, and the knowledge you gain becomes a part of your everyday thinking. Reading really is the first step to continuous improvement. Reflection as the second pillar. Reading is just the first step. Reflection is where the real magic happens. It's not enough to just consume information. You need to process it and apply it to your life. Successful people like Bill Gates don't just read books. They take time to reflect on what they've read, connect new knowledge to their experiences, and consider how they can use that information to improve. Reflection isn't passive, it's an active exercise in turning knowledge into wisdom. Think about it. After reading a chapter or a whole book, take a few minutes to ask yourself, how does this apply to my life? Or, what can I experiment with based on what I've learned? This habit of pausing for reflection can help you connect the dots, solidifying the lessons you've absorbed. Warren Buffett does this regularly by taking time to think deeply about the lessons he's learned and how they influence his business decisions. Reflection also helps you spot areas of improvement. When you pause and think about the new knowledge you've gained, you can identify patterns in your own behavior or in your work. It gives you the clarity to make informed decisions and take action. Like any good habit, reflection deepens your learning and strengthens your personal development. And once you've reflected, the next step is to experiment with those insights. And that's where the real growth begins. Experimentation as the third pillar. The final pillar of the 5-hour rule is experimentation, and it's arguably the most important. It's one thing to read and reflect, But if you don't put your knowledge into practice, it's all for nothing. Successful people like Elon Musk and Warren Buffett know that true growth comes from trying new things, testing theories, and learning from mistakes. Experimentation is how you take abstract ideas and turn them into actionable results. If you're thinking, but what if I fail? Well, failure is part of the process. Just ask Bill Gates. He learned to embrace failure as a powerful teacher. Every time you experiment, whether it's with a new approach to time management or testing a new strategy at work, you're building your personal development. And if something doesn't work, you learn and adjust. It's all part of the continuous improvement cycle that leads to long-term success. Experimentation doesn't have to be a huge, dramatic change. It can be small tweaks, like trying out a new productivity method or applying a new concept from your reading. The key is to take that knowledge and turn it into action. When you do that consistently, you start to see progress, and that's when you realize how powerful the 5-hour rule can be in shaping your success habits. Time management, the key to consistency. The 5-hour rule isn't just about setting aside a few hours for learning. It's about how you manage your time. Time management is the backbone of success. Think about the busiest people in the world, like Warren Buffett or Bill Gates. They didn't get to where they are by allowing their time to be consumed by distractions. They strategically allocate their time to focus on what matters most, learning and personal growth. In your own life, time management is crucial for consistency. The 5-hour rule encourages you to set aside focused, uninterrupted blocks of time. It's about saying no to distractions and saying yes to the things that will improve your skills and broaden your knowledge. Whether you wake up early to read or set aside an hour during lunch for reflection, creating these time blocks helps you make steady progress no matter how busy you are. Think of time as your most precious resource. If you're constantly caught up in the whirlwind of daily tasks without a clear plan, it's easy to lose sight of your long-term goals. The key to time management isn't just about squeezing in more tasks. It's about prioritizing the ones that will move you closer to success. By carving out consistent time for reading, reflection, and experimentation, you're investing in your future, 1 hour at a time. The role of daily reading in professional growth. When you hear daily reading, you might think, I don't have time for that. But here's the truth. Daily reading is one of the most effective ways to accelerate your professional growth. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and other top achievers didn't get where they are by skipping this step. They understood that reading is an investment in learning, and by committing to it every day, they've built a wealth of knowledge that fuels their success. What's interesting is that daily reading doesn't need to be about cramming in as much information as possible. It's about consistency. Even just 30 minutes a day can make a huge difference over time. Imagine reading one book every week. That's 52 books a year, each contributing new insights to your personal development and professional growth. This kind of consistent learning can help you stay ahead in your field and unlock new opportunities. But it's not just about the volume of reading, it's about the quality. Choose books that challenge you, expand your perspective, and align with your personal and professional goals. Whether it's a book on leadership, finance, or personal development, the key is to make daily reading a habit. It's a powerful way to keep growing and evolving in your career. And with enough time, you'll be amazed at the progress you can make. Investment in learning, a powerful strategy. When you hear the phrase investment in learning, it might not sound as exciting as buying stocks or real estate, but it's actually one of the smartest strategies for long-term success. Successful individuals like Warren Buffett and Benjamin Franklin understood that their greatest asset was not their money, but their ability to learn and apply knowledge. Investing in learning is not just about consuming information. It's about using that information to build skills that will pay dividends in both personal and professional growth. The beauty of investing in learning is that it compounds over time. Every new skill you acquire, every new insight you gain, adds to your overall potential. Think about it. If you invest in a course or a book that teaches you a new strategy for time management or communication, that investment will keep paying off for years. The returns on learning aren't immediate, but over time, they're powerful. You'll find yourself with better opportunities, stronger relationships, and more creative solutions. So, how can you start investing in learning today? It doesn't have to be expensive. There are plenty of free resources available, online articles, podcasts, YouTube videos that can help you develop new skills. But it's the consistency that matters most. Just like with the 5-hour rule, setting aside time daily to invest in your education can help you stay ahead. The more you invest in your growth, the more you'll see your professional and personal life transform. Success habits. Building your daily routine. Success doesn't happen overnight, it's the result of consistent habits practiced every day. Think of your daily routine as the foundation for your personal and professional growth. Just like Bill Gates or Warren Buffett, the most successful people have built success habits over time. These habits are deliberate actions they take every day to move closer to their goals. And the best part? You can start building your own success habits no matter where you are in life. One of the most effective success habits is to establish a learning routine. Whether it's reading a chapter every morning or setting aside time in the evening for reflection, these habits don't require huge amounts of effort, but they make a big difference in the long run. The key is consistency. When you make learning a habit, it becomes part of your identity. And over time, this routine helps you develop new skills, improve your decision-making, and open up new opportunities. If you're wondering where to start, try to identify 1 or 2 habits that you can easily add to your day. For instance, if reading is your focus, aim to read at least 20 pages every day. Or if you're focusing on personal development, set aside 5 minutes every evening to reflect on your day and what you've learned. Small actions, when done consistently, add up to big changes. And before you know it, you'll have developed a powerful set of success habits that will propel you toward your goals. Apply the 5-hour rule and change your life. Now that you know the secret behind the 5-hour rule, it's time to put it into action. The most successful people don't just dream about success. They invest in it, day in and day out. They dedicate time to learning, reflection, and experimentation, and you can do the same. The question is, are you ready to make that investment in yourself? Take a moment and ask yourself, what would happen if you started carving out just 1 hour a day for your personal development? How much could you learn? What could you accomplish? Start small, but start today. Make reading, reflecting, and experimenting part of your daily routine. Over time, you'll see just how powerful this simple habit can be in transforming your life. If you're serious about making this change, don't wait. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can continue learning with us. We've got more tools and strategies to help you build success habits and unlock your full potential. So what's your next step? Will you invest in yourself and start the 5-hour rule today?